I wanted to address this before we get into the Kamala Harris situation because I think that I'm gonna wind up doing a deep dive um, into the whole Kamala Harris dropping out of California race. But before we get into that, shout out to all of my African friends in the building. Shout out to y'all. Why is Anton saying shout out to my African friends? Well, I'm gonna spend 10 minutes and I want to make sure that I give y'all some insight on what's going on what your friend doing. When I look at this guy right here, I just think automatic scam.
Money was intended to help small businesses, but it went to fancy cars and property. Fox 5's Denise Dillon talked to the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Georgia about the case.
Carl Torjagbo used some of that money to buy this house. Authorities say he cheated the government out of millions of dollars so he could lead a lavish lifestyle.
Torjagbo is a fraudster from Marietta.
During the pandemic, Carl Torjagbo got a $9.6 million paycheck protection.
Yep, I can already tell. Jorjagbo? Is that what they said his name is? Jorjagbo? I already knew. I knew straight from the name. The Jorjagbos? That's not a regular American name. That's not. We talking Johnson, you know what I'm saying? Keisha, are you with me? Are you riding? Those are the regular names. You know what I'm saying? Jorjagbo? I know it. I know who you are. I seen you coming before you came in the door. Shout out to all of the Jorjagbos out here. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing I will tell you about my African friends is that when they go for it, they be like, let me get all the money. They don't go for 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 50,000, 20,000. They don't go for nothing that they gonna ever be able to pay back. When the Africans do their thing, they never go for nothing that they'll ever remotely ever be able to pay back. It was called the PPP loans, the Paycheck Protection Program, the program for you to be able to get a loan to sustain your business. You never had any intention on ever paying anything back. They didn't know it was going to be forgiven when they first issued it. They never ever, Jorjagbo never ever had any intention on paying anything off. They said, we going to live right now, YOLO.
Program loan. On top of that, he filed fraudulent tax returns that generated a $3.4 million IRS refund.
That's $13 million.
I don't know if y'all know about this, but the first thing that Biden did after they started arresting y'all for PPP loan fraud was this is one thing that I will say, for example, and I got to call it out when I see it. One of the things that Biden did that I agreed with was Biden said, all right, and we're going to put a 10-year moratorium on this thing. So that means that 10 years after you take out this loan, we should be able to come and track you down. And if it takes 9.5 years for us to find you, we will find you. But y'all not doing yourselves no favor. Who gets a $3 million, $3.5 million tax refund on top of $9.6 million that you stole? Who, if that is not an automatic, you get to the top of the red flag list in any office. Most people, let me tell you how it works for most people that make a lot of money. We try to be as far under the radar as possible because we don't want that problem. We don't want nobody coming in and trying to figure out what it, we be trying to be as normal as possible. As normal as possible. We make sure we submit all of our 1099s, that all of our receipts is attached to it, that we get it professionally looked over, all of that type of stuff, right? We already got a big enough problem with how much we got to pay in taxes. Now, for somebody to say that they got a $3.5 million tax refund, boy, if you don't know that you're about to get investigated, if you don't head over to whatever country you came from in order to go back, if anybody tells me that they got a $3.5 million refund from the IRS, boy, I don't know you. I'm literally gonna block you out of my phone. I'm blocking you out of my phone. Blocked. I might even change my number. I don't know him. I'm not attached to him. I don't want to be around him. That man don't, because I know you going to jail. You going to jail. Whatever you doing, just go ahead and have it up. Live it up right now. You going to jail. That's what Africans don't mess around. They go for everything.
Of money obtained from the federal government through fraud.
He spent that money on this home in East Cobb, land in northwest Georgia, a number of high-end vehicles, a down payment on a 72-foot yacht, and plastic surgery.
Got himself $15,000 worth of gladiator abs.
Black Beauty. Black Beauty, what's going on with this? Is that what y'all was doing with y'all PPP money? Y'all was getting Ozempic, lipo, and then getting some abs. Y'all got gladiator abs? That's what y'all buying? That's what y'all buying? Y'all spending 15 bands on gladiator abs? That, yo. Oh, yes, Aaron L. He went and got a BBL. Yes. Y'all know how we say we like our girls natural? We want them natural. I would imagine that the women is like, yeah, we want natural guys too. Whatever that is, just be, you went and got gladiator abs? You spent $15,000. Is that what they charging for gladiator abs nowadays? And I will tell y'all that Africans, a lot of Africans, like when they get a lot of money, they way more gaudy than regular black Americans. That's the honest to God truth. Black people, oh yeah, we stunt. We stunt. Like we'll stunt. We'll go get the bus down. We'll go get the rings, the watches, the chains. Thankfully, I never went through that phase, and so I skipped over that phase. I skipped the bust down watches. I would get a solid gold chain, but I wouldn't get anything with diamonds in it. I wouldn't even get I just kind of skipped over that phase. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. Africans, they will get 100 skinny chains. They will get a gold-plated shirt. Africans are literally like the great value Middle East. Africans are the great value. You know how a lot of them Arabic guys, they'll get all of the chains and stuff. They do that stuff too. Arabic dudes do the same thing. They'll get 1,000 chains. They gotta, oh my God, they gotta bust it down. They gotta get the rings and all of that stuff. Africans is the great value version of that.
Torjagbo was able to get the PPP loan.
Look at him. That dude, look at Torjagbo. Look at Torjagbo. He got a pilot uniform on. Do we even know if he's a pilot? Do y'all know if Torjagbo is a pilot or not? Because I don't even believe it. This is a catch me if you can situation.
He had a company.
Abs.
Torjagbo was able to get the PPP loan, claiming he had a company, Kremkov Industries.
Kremkov Industries was running a gold mine in Ghana.
The company was fake, and so were the hundreds of employees he said worked for him.
According to Torjagbo, 493 people who were living in the United States but working a mine in Ghana. And he identified by name a number of those employees to the banks. Individuals like Keanu Reeves, Gene Hackman, Oliver Twist, Jon Snow. This was really a notorious fraud.
While it may seem almost comical, the money Torjagbo received was meant to help small businesses that were barely getting by during COVID.
But it's horribly offensive that this was money meant to help struggling Americans, and it was wasted and abused by this criminal.
You know what the worst part about it is? The Biden administration, they need to be prosecuted for letting some of this stuff even pass. They need to be prosecuted. You know, I remember when there were people that actually had legitimate businesses that got turned down, and then Dragbo was over here getting $10 million on this front, $3.5 million on that front. Dragbo got all of this money, and regular people that genuinely had businesses and employees that they had to take care of, they couldn't even get a hold of the money. They were having problems actually accessing the money, and their businesses were legitimately impacted by the pandemic. Don't know how Dragbo got it. Don't even know why Dragbo was still here in the United States of America. All of that money would have been in a Swiss bank account, and they should have been in Africa somewhere. So I don't know, bro. Crazy. But that's y'all cousins. That is y'all cousins.